I have to make sure that's a live tripod cam. It is. It's live. Great.
Huzzah! Jennifer Hughes, they're probably just petting the puppies.
So check Ozbot. Ozbot seems to be working. Phone cam is working. Caught you twiddling your hair. And Pip is working with extra hair twiddling. Okay.
Well, this works out.
Oh, okay.
And we're back.
Can I have a free subscribe?
Oh, hi, you guys.
Hi, everybody.
Would you like to be on the Pip?
I'm on phone cam right now because I'm
Okay.
right here. I guess we could even go to Ozbot. You want to Ozbot us up?
We are Osbotted.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us. We've gotten a reset done. We're back.
Yes. Sorry about that. Now this has to go like. Now go to Pip.
And we are pipped. Paul Bennett says, hey, creepers, what y'all making or working on at this moment? I'm curious.
We are painting masks. Stacy's about to read comments. Rue is doing pours and walking very carefully.
Jennifer Pugh says, you should have stood in the same spot behind the fish man to act like it was still frozen.
I don't want to do that to myself, okay?
Gray Hawkins says, my little sister is watching with me. Can y'all say hi, Natalie?
Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie. Celeste Kitty says, hey, creepers.
Ozbot us, would you?
Osbotted.
Okay.
Hi, doggo.
Now, woman, I just put it these away.
What?
All these ones that we had to do orders for.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
June Ritchie says, hello, all. Happy Monday.
Hi, Jim Ritchie.
Big Ink Studios says, I made it to see the Masters of the Universe.
It's Monday.
It
That's the reason.
is Monday. It is a really Monday.
It's a Monday. The Masters of the Universe. Hello, Big Ink. Man, that's so funny, riding the war snail. Which sounds like a euphemism now that I say it like that.
Yeah.
I know what you were doing the other day. You were riding the war snail. Okay. And Ozbot has stopped for some reason.
I know. He got distracted. Little buddy, wake up. Gray says, Natalie says y'all should make a creeper mask. Didn't further specify what it would be, though.
Okay. I appreciate her input.
Natalie is 8, I think.
I, too, enjoy the input of 8-year-olds.
Joshua Howard says, hello, all. Edson Juice says, Alan, did you ever go back and watch the previous live to laugh at the closed captioning?
No. The amount of time you think I have is amusing. Would you? If I lived it, I don't normally go back and watch it.
Andrew Zach says, I posted a picture on Sylvie's Creepers of a cowboy hat. I'm covering in layers of latex. I have about 10 layers on it. What do I use to seal it completely so it doesn't fall apart or fade?
It's latex. It's going to fall apart. And if it's a cowboy hat, you're going to wear it out in the sun, then that's going to be UV light on it, and that's going to make it fall apart in like 3 to 5 years tops. So enjoy it while you have it. Its temporary nature is what makes it valuable. So there you go.
Big Ink Studio says that needs to be a shirt.
Now you can do some kind of a UV protectant on it, but I think UV light is going to be the big deal over top of sealing it. I wouldn't really worry about sealing it too much, but you could seal it with like Armor All that's got some UV protectant in it also.
Gray clarified she's 9. Natalie is 9.
She's 9.
Yeah.
You don't know how old your sister is. That's shameful, Greg. Shameful.
No, that was me that said she was 8. It's not my kid.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Ken Zarish says, hello, everyone in the shop. Aqua Cave Creation says, hi, all. Greetings from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tonight I'm on vacation.
Hooray!
Roly Coly 8 says, hey, hey.
There was a time in my life where way more things made me angry than they do now. And one thing that used to make me angry quite a bit was when someone was telling you how old a kid was, and they told you in months. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
It's 26 months old, Alan. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's not like, you just made me do math. I already hate that kid.
Chunko City asks, is there any other way to get the mask you painted yesterday if I can't get your Patreon?
if you can't win it on Patreon, well, you could buy one from Trick or Treat Studios, and then mail it to me, and then I would charge you $75 to paint it that way.
Susie Gardner says hello. Hi, Mom.
Hello, Susie Gardner.
Andrew Zach says it's going to be mostly used in the dark. I'm more worried about moisture. Do I need to worry about that?
Not really. I mean, it has a lifespan of 3 to 5 years. Anything a haunted house actor is wearing, if you get 3 to 5 years out of it, that's really good. A haunted house actor can tear up an iron anvil with a rubber mallet. So,
Anthony Padlock says hi, hello everyone. Hi Stacy. Hi Susie. He's practically my mom's other son.
he a weasel.
He's the weasel. Out, buddy. Ron Shep says I'm 507 months old. Roly Coley says I'm 244 months old.
Yeah, I don't even know how many months old I am, and I don't want to do the math.
Speaking Studios is 588 months old. Gray says I'm gonna get a look for doing this, but Stacy's mom has got it going on. Yeah.
You're getting a look.
Yep, getting a look.
You know what's funny is you said that because that song is new to you, because you are a baby.
Sean Custody says okay.
Gray is one of our very few 9-year-old listeners. In case you guys didn't know.
Anthony Pantano says, no wheeze in the juice. Which is, from the movie where we totally lifted this Pauly Shore character from.
So yeah, Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
I thought he was a very interesting character when I saw him. I've never been like a huge MTV person. But I thought he was like, that's a very interesting manner of speaking and way of moving and stuff. That's interesting. And then I saw some of his stand-up, and I was kind of mortified.
Oh, no.
Because he is a dirty, dirty man. So, yeah. Like Bob Saget. You think he's really wholesome?
Oh, yeah.
So you watch his stand-up. It's like, whoa, you are not the wholesome Bob Saget I thought you was.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going around. Anthony Pavlik laughs.
So, who is the guy who... Oh, boy. There's a comedian / actor who looks like Ryan Reynolds.
No say.
Dane Cook?
Maybe?
Does Dane Cook look a lot like Ryan Reynolds? Anybody?
No, I won't go.
Gray needs to clarify. I'm 15, going on 16.
See, the going on is what tells me that you're really 9. When you have to include, I'm going on this, that's like someone who is, anyone under 5 feet tall, they don't say, I'm 4'11". They say, I'm 4'11 3/4.
Paul Bennett says I'm 5 years old. Paul Bennett is your birthday, February 29th. Andrew Zach lists his age in seconds.
Sweet. All right, so from the Wednesday night of odd and random debauchery, I actually did get a good hand out of it. And good by different variables of the word. But see, this is the kind of mutant hand I wanted. I have all this nice palm texture on it. I can actually see fingerprints. All of the fingernail beds are on there. So this is very usable. I'm going to paint it while I'm here painting up the other stuffs.
Ike Camacho says I'm 16, or Ike Camacho says like Benny Hill. Susie Gardner says I'm 60 going on 40. Seth Omaha.
I'm
says,
40 going on 12.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, Rue,
So-
would you paint this hand?
Sure.
Andrew Zach says, and counting. Gray says it was a Sound
No,
of Music
kidding.
reference.
I got this for the moment.
The hills are long.
Chonko City says, how can you replace the latex for the mask? Is it some kind of trick, or am I not doing it right?
Hold on. What is the question?
I'm not sure. How can you replace the latex for the mask? Is it some kind of trick, or am I not doing it right?
Replace the latex.
When you say replace the latex, I don't know what you mean. Do you want to make a mask out of something that isn't latex? Or do you have a mask that's already latex and you want it to not be latex? You must tell me what you want, sir. I will need more of those words.
Celeste Kitty says, I'm 5'7.5". Thank you. Yes, I made them put that on my ID. Ron
Right.
Shep says, that's my wife. She's 4'11 and 15/16.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Jennifer Pugh says, fat.
Yes. Fat hand.
Body Geek says, I'm 17. Andrew Zach says, this the hand you made the other day with the dipping?
Yes. Yes. That's one of them. None of the fists turned out. It was too mushy for.
To keep shape.
Anything.
I was about to say fisting, and
Yeah.
then I should not say that.
Nope. And yet here you did.
Yeah. No, lucky I'm nowhere near the microphone, so they didn't hear me.
Yeah, it's only 6 inches above your head.
Joe Reese says, is your paint up on your website? I didn't see it yesterday.
It will be very, very soon. Very, very soon.
I'm needing white paint. I messaged you on Messenger about it yesterday.
Yes, you did. My wife is probably going to be adding that. If not today, then tomorrow. Her work is a little bit crazy right now, due to outside factors.
Paul Bennett says that mask is whispering to Alan, saying, stop playing with my face. It's ticklish. No, I'm going to bite Rue. Winks. I'm kidding. Rylan Chow asks, crazy question, but can you melt bad latex pulls into liquid latex again?
No, you cannot. That's not a crazy question. There are some materials where that's feasible, but this is not stable because it achieved a certain temperature. This is stable and a solid because the moisture was sucked out of it, and there's no way to really put the moisture back into it.
Mimi says, I will be 16 in 2 weeks.
Hooray!
Body Geek says, 20 years ago, I almost got the state of Texas to put 5'12" on my driver's license.
So, funny story about driver's licenses. Ever since I lived in Orlando, and one of my Florida IDs was especially savvy, I want to look as crazy as possible on my driver's license. So much so that when I get pulled over, they'll be like, oh, he's really cleaned up his act and gotten better. You know, I mean, he looks way better now than he does in this picture, no matter what shape I'm in. So in order to be able to make a face while I was getting my driver's license picture, I had to go into the DMV
Making a face.
and hold the face the whole time that I was in there.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Which I did. So for 2.5 hours, I held the Carl face so that I could get it on my driver's license.
Gray says, I'm 5'2". I'm a shorty, but I'm not the shortest one on my drill team, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Jennifer Pugh says, Alan kind of looks like a Bond villain in that sweater.
Yeah. I prefer sweaters to hoodies. That's a rare thing nowadays, but I just prefer sweaters to hoodies.
Ike Camacho asks, when making your 1-to-3 ratio latex paint, how long will it hold in squeeze bottles?
I've got some that I've used for 2 years now. It'll hold a long time. And it comes in squeeze bottles.
If
Our
you buy
bottles
them-
have little
I was just
flip
saying,
tops.
if you buy them from us.
Yes.
Ken Zarish says, I'm 6 foot.
Okay.
Rob O'Brien says, or is he sprockets and it's time to dance?
I don't understand that reference. Wasn't Sprockets a character from not DuckTales? Chippendales Rescue Rangers? Wasn't Sprocket like the female chipmunk
she was
mechanic
the little one, I think.
who was oddly hot?
Horror Beauty.
Yeah.
Our initial attempt at this video, we suffered an unplugged camera, and so we restarted.
Rue is terrible.
Horror Beauty, are we live?
Yes.
I feel live. SNL. Okay. I don't normally watch that.
Big Ink Studio says, oh cool, it's the Fisherman. Rylan
It
Chow
is, yes.
asks, are automation direct air cylinders good quality?
Normally, yes, very much so. Because they have to perform over and over and over again.
Obtenebration says, glad you said that again, Alan. At first I thought you said you prefer sweaters to cookies, and I'm thinking to myself, nope, can't agree with that one.
No, I don't agree with that either.
Jennifer Pugh says it was from Saturday Night Live. It was a creepy German character.
I see.
Roly Poly 8 says the pouch hoodies have become very useful when working on site. However, mine usually turns into a toolbox than more like Mary Poppins' carpet bag.
Yes. And I actually have a rule now where I don't put anything sharp in my pockets, from driving screws under my fingernails, reaching into my pants pocket.
Rob O'Brien says, that's now Mike Myers' German talk show.
Okay. Are we on a spot?
We are now.
Okay. Oh, I need paint. I have to remember why I'm wandering around the room.
Bloody FX Makeup says hello. Gray says, you are live. It is interneting.
Okay, great.
Horror Beauty says, Sprocket reminds me of old SNL when it was still good. Rylan Chow asks, where should I get good solenoid valve banks?
Now normally I get the ones from Fright Props, but Granger has a couple different tiers of them. Granger is good, and normally Granger kind of had them in stock. So let's go with Pip again.
Giselle Perrin says the Jetsons have the Sprocket character.
What was Rosie was the maid
Yeah.
that no one just mentioned.
Ken Reese says, staying alive, staying alive.
Who was Sprocket on the Jetsons?
I thought that was where he works. Where he makes sprockets.
He pushed a button.
Yeah.
Like that was it. He was the button pusher.
Boss, Mr. Sprocket.
It's
Rue, come here. That's what you're gonna do.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for sharing our Still Be Studios Patreon.
Rue, you're gonna mix these together
Like you just did.
to get a more than that. And then to get a much lighter white.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to use this to blotchify some onto here.
Got it.
We're not painting with it.
Yep.
And see how spiky this is?
Yep.
You want different points of it.
Yep.
Be right back. I'm going to check in with Stan.
Chanco City says, I'm trying to make my latex bubbly for a cool effect. Can I use seltzer water to accomplish that?
No. I mean, if you think about seltzer water, if you freeze seltzer water, there's no bubbles in it, really. You'll have to sculpt bubbles or add a little bit of dish soap into your latex and then froth it. Or just use spray adhesive over top and hit it with a heat gun, and that will boil the spray adhesive. Yeah, pretty dense. You want most of the color to be that lesser sickly white.
Okay.
Gray Hawkins says, I feel so young again. What is Sprocket? That was just a thing we were talking about.
A sprocket is like a gear.
Baba Dawes says it's Rosie the robot. Jennifer Pugh says Spacely Space Sprockets was the company.
Space.
Yeah, Mr. Spacely Sprocket. Robert Brand says the boss. Ron Shep says Mr. Spacely Sprocket. Obtenebration says Mr. Spacely was the boss. No. Giselle Perrin confirms the boss. Celeste Kitty says, my kiddo just came in to say goodnight and has some injury on her nose. Apparently she fell. She didn't find it amusing. I informed her she's supposed to catch herself with her hands and not her face.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go for it.
Ron Shep says his competitor was Cogswell Cogs.
Cogswell Cogs, yeah.
John C. says, where's my flying car?
They lie to all of us.
I know, right? Bloody FX Makeup says, I did a conversion of an H2 mask into a relic mask, and it's really cool. Awesome.
Very cool.
And Gray says, now I'm just more confused. It's from a cartoon, Gray. From an old cartoon. Rylan Chow says, boy, are Granger valves expensive. We'll repeat that one when he gets back. Chaco City says, thanks. Getting your sponge in.
Getting my sponge in. Y'all.
Jennifer Pugh says, ooba dooba.
This thing is very slidey on top of this
The spinny.
spinny bit. Spinny sporny bit.
Oh, we got a doggo.
how much this sucked up. I can't even. Okay. So, yeah. 5 minutes too long. Yeah, I got it on 3 minutes.
All right, Rylan Chow asks, any cheaper valves other than Granger? He says they are expensive.
They are a little pricey. Fright Props is a little bit less expensive, but it's a cheaper grade valve. It's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Front Shep says, nice shot of Rue's back. Apparently in front of the
Yeah,
camera.
Rue doesn't know where cameras are.
I don't know where cameras
Or
are.
cables, apparently. Nice callback to that. Right?
At least I know I'll screw up at some point, and you'll move on to another thing that I've messed
Right.
up. You know,
Right.
like you do. Hi, Keenan.
Oh, I remember.
So is that Granger valves?
Fright Props is cheaper than Granger.
Sean Costini says, how do you know when your mask is done? Does procrastination ever stop? Does it ever stop you, like, times whatever?
So this is like, I'm not just doing this for fun because I enjoy it. Like this is my job. So this is work that I'm doing. And when it's work that you're doing, you have to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah. I don't like to spend more than like 12 hours on a mask. At that point, I would have to charge so much for that mask, I couldn't sell it affordably.
Ike Camacho asks, what kind of rivets do you like using and where can I get some?
Tandy leather, medium, double cap rivets.
Realm says, I want some blank foam latex little kid props and I can't find any. Where can I find some cheaply?
So, you really won't. I mean, foam latex, it's not cheap. So you want latex and foam, not foam latex, I'm pretty sure. But like a little kid from somewhere like Unit 70 or whatever, or Ghost Ride, you're talking $800. You know, they're not cheap. Now you could make them yourself. I show how to make bucket buddies, which a bucket buddy is kind of like a little kid. It's not foam latex. I've shown you how to do bodies out of pool noodles. You could make a kid body out of pool noodles. If the kid's wearing clothes, then you're home free. You just need hands and a head. So there you go.
Bloody FX Makeup says, how mad do you think guests would be if we did a glitter air blast scare?
Well, I don't know that it's them being mad. I think I would worry a little bit more about the sustainability of it and the possibility of injury. Glitter in your eye is kind of no joke. So if you put glitter in with an air blast, I think you have a potential, of something bad. And there was a haunted house who had an air blast at waist level, and they had an air blast at waist level, and they used that to get scares, and it shot out kind of forcefully. And that was fine until there was a little kid who was trying to squeeze in between his mother and the wall because he was terrified, and the air blast caught him just right to blow his eyelid off.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Oh my goose.
that would only be worse if it were a glittery open eyeball wound.
Celeste Kitty says, glitter can cut you open at high speeds.
Yes.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for sharing the Fright Pops pneumatic link.
Why fairies are so dangerous.
Gray says, I second the glitter blast scare idea. It might be great in theory, not so great in execution, but still.
You hold this.
I will.
Hold this. And do this.
Okay.
Keep doing that, okay?
Okay.
No, just keep doing it.
These are not great scissors for that.
Perfect.
So this is inbred 1, the one that had the paint on the inside of it. Because that stuff's so thin.
Did you pull it?
No.
You just poured it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just poured. dumped, should I pour it again and leave it
Once it dries.
longer? Or let it dry?
It has to
and
dry.
then do it.
It has to dry, and you'll gain no thickness.
Okay.
Ron Shep says glitter in your lung would be very bad. Also, someone would get punched if I was hit with a glitter blast. Gray says I'm not allowed to use glitter in the house anymore. That must be at your mother's house.
That's awesome.
Body Geek says Stacy Scissorhands. That's right. Celeste Kitty says on top of all the environmental stuff about glitter, yeah, it's not great.
Another one, and we'll
It's not great for the environment.
Now we make a mold out of this. Fine.
Rylan Chow says I'm making a very elaborate animatronic, 15 movements, and I'm looking for good quality solenoid valve manifolds.
math's become popular.
2 to 10 valves stuck on a base. I'm looking on Amazon, and I don't want to buy theirs cheap.
Well, okay, so you have asked for quality and you've asked for inexpensive.
Pick one.
Yeah. Decide which one of those you want. You're making something very elaborate, 15 movements. You want a good quality solenoid valve. You're going to pay for that.
Big Ink Studio says nothing worse than getting hauled off to the hospital looking like you came from a gentleman's club.
Yeah. Not even a quality gentleman's club. I had a friend who was so I did a lot of airbrushing stuff, and I was teaching a lot of people to airbrush back in Orlando. And one of the young ladies was a dancer, and in her telling various funny stories about her work, as I told her funny haunted house stories. Anytime that she thought a guy was in the club who was married and shouldn't be there, she would make sure he left covered in glitter and dancer stink.
Oh, yeah. Grace says, worse? I think you mean better. Nothing better than getting hauled off to the hospital looking like you came from a gentleman's club.
Maybe we didn't.
Thank you, Scott Colehart, for the double cap rivets link. Rob O'Brien said that you could do a glitter room with a blast of air and then followed with little egg strobes.
Yes. However, normally, if I have to ask the question, do you think someone will punch me? It's generally probably not something you want to do in a haunted house anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull off my sweater because I'm warm.
If you want to remove your sweater. Whoa.
I'm just going to remove my sweater.
Big Ink Studio says, I'm placing an order on the site. What sculpting tool set would you recommend first to buy?
Well, I think we only have one sculpting tool set right now. Do we have 2 sets up?
No set.
I don't know. The plank forming tools are good, man. I use them a lot.
Bloody FX Makeup says, we're doing an enchanted forest and we're doing the lightly glittered trees and purple water effect lights.
Nice.
Neil Walker Mass says, hello from Scotland.
Hello.
Greg, which room is the WTF room, hon? They have the guy flying, throwing glitter.
No one throws glitter. You guys are with the glitter throwing. Where's Cobwebs when I need him?
Listen, confetti. Go with confetti.
No, it's expensive and it's messy. That's going to be all over your show.
Yep.
All over your show.
Bubbles. Go with bubbles. Tina Kusiak says, nice
very
room.
last room of your show. We're going to be going, how do I have glitter on me? It was in the first room.
Yeah.
Jennifer Hughes says, is that a new t-shirt? I don't see spots or holes in it.
This is a Beastman shirt that my wife got me.
It's way more purple in real life.
Yeah. It's not a 3D shirt. That's just my belly. That's how that works.
It's like he's reaching for us.
No, that's the roundness of my belly.
Andrew Zach says, I've been punched, kicked, and had things thrown at me because I chase people in the woods with a chainsaw.
Yeah, that happens.
Gray said, bubbles. Body Geek says, I bought a pallet of about 40 wet cloth fire hoses today for $30. Any idea what props they could be used for?
No, but I'll think on it. A pallet.
Jim Confused says, oh, never mind.
Yeah, there might be a few holes in this. Although there's paint on it for sure.
Yeah. Queer Pass says, Munich goes sleep. See the rest later. Good night, all.
Good night, Mario.
Mimi says, I was thinking Cobwebs would get all fired up in this glitter conversation.
He would, man.
Realm says, where can I get skeletons from cheaply? Because I can't get them from Lowe's or Home Depot at the moment, sadly.
Right now, that's kind of tough, but you could order them from a company called Sunstar Industries, and they're going to be about $30 or $35.
Ken Zarish groundskeeper Willie. Rob O'Brien says, tree trunks, eels, snakes, birch trees for the fire hoses.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that's kind of a stretch, but they're a nice tactile, and they'll last forever. So
Once you cut them in strips,
it's
and hang them
something
from the
it's
seat.
worth chewing on. What's doing, Rube?
Still here.
That says the color difference is stark between tripod and phone cams.
Yes, this is one of those shirts that's blue sometimes and purple another time.
Larry Hughes says Cobwebs is live with the trio of terror.
Okay.
And he's actually that was on time.
Will you shut the door? Will you shut the door when you're doing that? It's
Okay.
not allowed.
I'm done now.
Big Ink Studio says if you sneak into the cemetery at night, you can get them for free.
No, they don't hold together. You're going to get a collection of bones. Nowhere near as fun.
Also, you gotta time that just right.
There's so much digging.
Yeah.
And Amazon still has plastic skeletons. You'll pay about $50 a piece for them right now.
Larry Hughes says Cobwebs is live with the
I'm
trio
just
of terror.
saying, it is worth paying the $50 for me to not have to dig a 6-foot deep hole.
True
No
facts.
Okay, that's kind of fun. I like that.
Gray says not fun, but also illegal.
Shh. That does not concern us, Greg.
Especially this time of year.
Think about the wasted effort.
The ladies. Rob O'Brien says, and wrestle a concrete crypt. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure how they pack them up these days.
be way better off befriending a unethical, mortuary guy.
So I think we're gonna make like under here, like some strong, ready pinkish bits.
Nice.
I think because that feels a little bit like a
Gillish,
gill
yeah.
area.
Body Geek says Eric from Haunted Overload gets them from Zenny, but they are medical quality and about $120 each.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Bration says it's only illegal if you get caught. Big Geek says it's only if you get caught. Realm says thank you. Celeste Kitty says the funny thing about illegal stuff is it's only illegal if you get caught. I'm glad that all of our creepers are pretty much on the same page here.
That's what you call morally ambiguous. That's what that is.
Rob O'Brien says it's very strong industrial glue. Let me go back.
Go back.
Hold, please.
Gray, all these people talking are your elders, and you should listen to them.
Technically. And your
Don't
mother-
worry them with stuff like it's illegal.
Gray's like, don't break the law. I think it's illegal no matter what. Celeste Kitty says, excuse me while I jot down a list of like-minded people for reasons. Scott Corner says, hello guys. Body Geek says, a bus can help make cheap broken skeletons realm.
That's right.
Good night, Mom. Oh, he says the concrete is sealed with industrial glue on the concrete print.
Gotcha. And we're going to do a black wash over this when I feel that we're ready for that.
Cat Swift says, evening, all. Been watching on the phone coming home from work. Now I'm here.
Hooray! And we're so happy to have you.
Scott Creighton says, good evening, creepers.
Good evening, Scott.
Andrew Zach says, I'm getting a bunch of full skeletons of farm animals like horses and cows, real bones. Will the plastic wrap work to corpse, please?
Yeah. Sure.
Langwick Thor says, Greg, come to the dark side. We have cookies.
Cookies.
Michelle Frost says, hello, all.
Hello, Michelle. Which airbrush did you use?
I used both.
Okay. Let me put this for black.
Yeah.
Okay. I must change it out for reds.
Hot. Body Geek says, another person that YouTubes and drives.
I admit to nothing. Did I say hello to Michelle Frost?
Yes.
Okay.
Celeste Kitty says, make sure all the oils are removed from the bones or they will degenerate over time and they get the smell. Also, don't bleach your bones. It ruins them. They turn to dust.
Eventually.
As do castles made of sand, melt into the siege. Eventually.
Where are you, black ink?
There is a black latex
Ink.
wash in a bottle over there. If you want.
Yeah, that's latex.
Ah.
I will use that.
Body Geek says fire ants clean bones fairly well.
They sure do. Fire ants are really good. They're almost as good as domestic beetles. What are we on right now? Can't
We are on-
realize.
You are not in frame on the phone, okay? Or you are now. But... Gray says, I'm a little concerned now. How do you know this much about bones?
It's a hobby, Gray. It's a hobby. Ask no questions, sleep with no fishes. That's how the rule works. Yeah, this camera, very blue. That camera, very purple. We noticed that the other day.
We did.
I hope it was a different shirt. It was the other day.
Yeah. Andrew Zach says, these bones are completely dry, clean, and ready to go. Tina Kusiak says, how do you treat real bones to keep them?
I'm going to let someone else answer. I don't do a lot of real bone work. I think it's kind of gross. It smells bad when you cut them up and stuff. I just don't like it. Here.
It is a mystery.
And then where you have to go to get them and all that. Sketchy. Yeah, I want red in there. We're going to run the airbrush so it's empty. Okay. Now, normally,
Normally.
I would clean the airbrush a lot better before I put in red after black, or anything after black. But I think this red can handle it.
Big Ink Studio says this is the nicest group of people that know a lot about felonies. I dig it.
Oh. Yeah.
Body Geek says I get Texas sun-dried animal bones from people. Otherwise, they use the fake stuff.
Yeah, we have a whole tub full of real bones that we've got in a dark hour, but you know,
Scatter bones.
scatter bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, like outside of a cave or something
Mhm.
that you want bones on the ground. Okay.
Celeste Kitty says you can macerate bones, summer them, sit in the sun to peroxide whiten. Sit in the sun in peroxide to whiten. Get a dermestid beetle farm. Maggots are not the best choice, but it can work. Even mealworm. Simmer them. Gotcha. I was like, it's Texas. They could be outside in the summer. That would make sense. Celeste Kitty says I do stuff with dead stuff, so I've learned a lot. Right, so this combo is a little horrifying, but also educating.
Yeah.
Body Geek says Dexter can be a good role model.
Happy with where I'm at so far in that realm.
Scott Curtis says, great. Learning what not to do is still learning.
All right. Yeah, if you can't learn by someone else's mistakes, if you can learn by someone else's mistakes, that's a huge leg up in the world. If you don't have to make it yourself.
Body Geek says, are those eyes latex or are they a molded in piece?
Yes, they're made of latex, but I had round eye form balls in the sculpt, which I then molded in. So now I have latex eyeballs.
Gray says, I'm learning more about bones than we did in bio last year. Andrew Zaxon, we wanted the smell of rotten decay once in a scene. This guy put a whole cow's liver in an old pot and punched holes in and put this inside a wooden box. Never again.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea. I did work with a haunt once that had a dead pig, a real dead pig that had hung in the hallway,
Perk.
like a 4-foot wide hallway that people had to scooch past. And they hung it there opening night.
Scuba Steve says, hi guys.
Same one all season.
Gross.
It smelled awesome.
Anthony Pantano says, how many masks you painting tonight?
I think two.
Ken Zarish says, I like around the eyes and eye color and vein work.
Why, thanks.
You're so funny. Probably think this mask is about you. Ryland Chow says, yay, only 70 subs to go till 1,000.
Well, are we at 9:20?
130?
9:30?
Grace says, disgusting. Let's No, it says 903, so a little bit more than 70.
Yeah. 90 something.
97.
97. Which is close. I appreciate your happiness. So go ahead to Othbot.
The dyscalculia in me recognizes the dyscalculia in you. Gray says it's a Vine reference. Scott Grayton says that is the quietest heat gun ever.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a new model. New model.
Where you been, Scott? Ryland Chester, never mind, got my maths messed up. 997. Yeah, we're there. Celeste Kitty says, you should see me trying to break down some rope stuff. I'll hold my breath, cut up stuff, and run away to get air in between hurling. Florida is not the best for roadkill. Oh, what?
Texas ain't much better. I'll tell you what though.
Some rifle stuff. There you go.
The worst smell, the smell that I hate the most is wet feathers. Like when feathers get wet and then they kind of rot. Bleh, gross.
Scott Creighton says, hit the thumbs up, creepers.
That sounds like something Scott Creighton would say. That guy. This is a lot of water in this blackwash. Can you go back to the pit now?
Yep. Scott Creighton says, obviously I missed something with the heat gun.
It's it is the gate on the microphone protecting you from loud noise.
Oh, oh God. Calm it down there.
White with a tiny bit of blue highlights.
Right on Chelsea. Never mind again. 97 math is
Red
hard.
airbrush. Work.
What's that now?
I said white with a tiny bit of blue in the highlights and some red airbrush work.
Yep. Forgot to get my
Paper towel, shop towel.
paper towels. Yeah.
I got you.
That is in prime butt range.
That was not me.
I'm just saying you should move it because my butt will knock it over.
Larry Hughes says, yes, I agree, Alan. I worked on a duck farm. That smell is one to linger.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Our uses look so wrong. Ryland Chow said, the squid inked it.
Well, that fits with the nautical theme, right?
Yeah. Inked. You guys made me ink. Or it reminds me of that last life. That's for Finding Nemo. Come on, that's children's
It's a
movie.
children's movie.
Body Geek says, worst smell I ever experienced was going into a chicken processing plant. It was horrible.
Yeah. That's a bad smell.
Gregory Haynes says, hi all. John C. says, when feathers rot in water, they make ammonia from the keratin decaying.
Yeah, it's all fun and games
Science.
when it makes keratin. Rue, would you hand me the black squeeze bottle paint?
Mm-hmm.
Realm says, how did Dark Hour make the mausoleums in the cemetery? Just wondering.
It's foam buildup and then a wall putty or something put on top of it. I mean, it's as simple as it looks. Don't overthink it. It is anything you want to be made out of stone, just cut it out of styrofoam, put it on up there, and then go over it with a scenic dope meant to look like stone.
Oh, ventilation. Got it.
Gray Hawkins says, what's ammonia and keratin?
Ammonia is pee. So the easiest way to smell ammonia is smell cat pee. That's what ammonia smells like. And then keratin is the fibers that your fingernails and rhino horns are made out of.
Cat Swiss says, nope, worst smell ever. Waking up in a farming valley with the most insane hangover, and they just covered the field in chicken shite in the heat, and we had to drive through it.
Okay, well I got you beat because in West Texas,
Oh yeah.
there's some cattle farms where it's where the cows go right before they die. Like it's you ship your cows there for them to be murderized and turned into delicious burger patties. But yeah, dang, it's a rough smell.
Realm says, okay, thanks. Scott Creighton says, nice cameo, Rue.
Was I helping? Did I help Realms?
Sure.
So far, Realms is being a pleasure to interact with this morning.
That's delightful.
Today.
Robert White says, hello, everybody. Long time no see. How y'all doing?
Hey, Robert White, it's been a while.
Hello.
Give that person a fist bump.
I will.
Okay, so I feel like this is mostly done.
Grayson, I feel like this is so a gross off.
Oh, this isn't even bad.
Robert
No.
White says, worst smell, pig slaughterhouse. Ken Zarish says, yeah, cow farms are worse. There's one going towards South California.
Yeah, South California was what I was going to say earlier too.
Rob O'Brien says, Vista Green, the fertilizer used at Disney. South Omaha horses. South Omaha was built on stockyards and slaughterhouses, so now I know that smell. Andrew Zach says we're making an old multiple hole outhouse in our haunt this year and having the look of crap on the floor and walls. What's the best thing to use to make the look of crap on the walls that will last?
Okay, so they actually sell brown tinted silicone caulking. So I would get the brown tinted silicone caulking, and I would get roll paper towels that are brown, like the big roll from a janitorial supply company, because those come in one big continuous roll. But you take that roll, you rip those up, and you soak the ripped up pieces of brown paper towel in water, and then you mix in as much of the brown silicone as you can. And for extra credit, put in a little bit of 15 bean soup mix.
Ryland Chow says, is there a way to make a pneumatic curtain system like the one in theaters that pulls away sideways and not move forward?
Of course. It's just a piston and pulley. I mean, that's all that it is. And think about the shower curtain rings on a rod.
Celeste Kitty says, make a pig farming buddy who will raise your pigs and help you do them in. You get a lot of practice of dismembering practice in. Horror Beauty says, I'm a weirdo, but wanted to visit the body farm, but I hear it's a smell you will never forget. I'm told this is the worst smell they ever smelt.
I don't want to visit that.
Cat Swift says, okay, we actually have a section of Northern California like that with the cattle. You plan the freeway drive and see how far you can hold your breath.
I make all of my dead bodies. I don't want real dead bodies.
I would like to visit the body farm, but only after I have died. Horror Beauty says, sounds like things are getting back into the swing of things there. Doing better.
Yeah. I mean, we're mostly normal.
Ken Zarish says, love the colors on that mask.
Thanks. Let's go to tripod cam. You know what? Let's switch that. Let's go to phone cam. Because I think the phone cam actually has truer color.
True facts.
Because this shirt to my eye is purple, and it's blue to the tripod cam.
Lanker Thor says, shrimp that was left in the cooler for 3 months. Ooh. Gray Hawkins says, somehow this combo got more horrifying.
Yeah, once I gloss it, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, glossy. Blah.
So, you know what? Go to Pip. Rue, would you grab the hot glue gun with the black hot glue sticks and get it plugged in over on that end of the table, sir?
Sure.
And I'm going to have you prep a hat for me for this gun.
Which hat?
Let's
Say question.
this one.
Ryland Child says, can you use a wiper motor to pull the curtains?
No, because no.
You could get him to pull the curtains once.
Sorry. So yes, you can. All right, but your issue there then becomes repeatable because you would have to reverse the motor to make it go the other way. So you can, but then at that point you'll need a motor controller in order to make that happen. So you're making it a little more complicated than it needs to be. Just if you want to just go pneumatically. Because you asked it about pneumatics, and then you talked about a wiper motor, which are very different things. And you're going to do some gray hair inside of the hat, about halfway and then back, in order to finish off the back of this head. 3 layers. Boop, 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 boop.
And then inside the hat.
Inside the hat.
Matt Slasher says, love the buggy eyes. Brad Kennedy says, I was hungry before this combo started.
He a fish man.
Body Geek says they have a massive fish kill in the Texas Gulf from the freeze and are asking for volunteers who are willing to brave the smell to bring their nets and harvest dead fish and put them in trash cans that are set up. Lewis McLam says dipping chickens in hot water and plucking out the feathers is an awful smell.
Yeah, wet feathers, man.
Jason Murray says, would love to be a shop minion for a weekend.
Well, let me know when you're in town. I'll put you to work.
Ryland Chow says, I was thinking of using the Fright Shop's wiring guide to use relays to reverse the motor.
That's possible. Yeah, you could do that, yes. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You'll need a motor controller to do that. And you'll also have to stop it when you want it to stop and then bring it back. Also, a simple solution, think about how a garage door opener works. And you can pick up free garage door openers pretty often on Craigslist.
My dad used a traditional garage door opener and turned it sideways to run the door. Sideways. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, that'll work. These are my glasses I've been looking for on the Mummy.
They were hiding.
I'll be right back, guys. Not that I'm leaving, I'm just moving this. Hey, Rue.
Sure.
I'm asking you to do a lot of stuff right now, aren't I?
A little bit.
Can you strap this?
Okay. Yeah.
Celeste Kitty says, if you're looking for weird smells for your haunt, there is a chick on Etsy that does it, like graveyard dirt scented candles.
Froggy's Fog has a ton of scents.
All the stuff.
And
Slaughterhouse.
yeah. Yeah, Slaughterhouse is a bad smell.
The worst one they have is stinky cheese.
Oh, God.
Stinky cheese is the worst one they have.
Oof.
Well, now that's an opinion.
In my professional opinion. That look far enough back, Alan?
Sorry, right at the seam. See that seam?
Oh, right at the seam?
See that seam?
I was coming forward to that seam a little
No,
while.
yeah, right at the seam.
Okay.
Ryland Chow says, I got into some Arduino coding, the worst thing on the internet to learn, and is able to make prop controllers up to 52 outputs controlled with Vixen light, kind of like Director.
Yes, they're always. I don't like them simply because they're a little finicky. It's not a plug and play, and you know that this is going to work forever. There's a lot of pieces in that, and all of those are little points for possible failure. So I'm not sold on Arduinos and haunts yet. I would rather go with a more reliable prop controller that's its first function.
Gray says, Evie says hi. That is middle kid.
Hooray!
Body Geek says, in my opinion, I want to get people a thrill
Perfect.
/ scare. I don't want to overdo it, so they never want to experience it again. No super stinky smells.
Stan, show people
Your helmet.
your head. Come on over here. Stan's in space. And
Hi, Shannon.
Stan,
Yes, sir.
Sock
now
man.
it's time for socks.
Today we have the week corgis. Corgis.
Little fat corgis.
Little chunky corgis.
Rolly Coley 8 says, went to a scare industry convention in the UK in 2019. Some masked guy pointed at the slaughterhouse tester bottle in the Froggy stall. Never again.
Yeah, pretty gross. Stacey,
Sarah R says, hi, Stan. Yes, sir.
I need you to pull up what this mask looked like when I painted it for that live stream.
Okay. Was that on the Nights of Color?
It was on one of the nights of
10
color.
nights of color.
Gotcha.
I think it was like night 6 or 7. But don't pull up a video.
Just the still.
I think I put it on. You know what? Why don't you tell a story
Okay.
and I'll find it on my computer
Okay.
because I actually have the pictures.
Stan the Sock Man. Ken Zuri says, sup, Santa Shannon. Alex Castle says, hey, y'all.
Hello, Alex Castle.
What story should I tell?
You should tell a story.
This has boobs in it.
Talk about the first time you met my wife.
Oh. Let's see.
Not me, but the wife.
Met Shannon. Let's see. I guess maybe the first time I met Shannon, we were introduced to each other. Hello, I'm Stacey with Shannon. Was probably here, I guess, at the shop. I had met her a couple of times in passing at Dark Hour, and I had met her a couple of times while she was working at Scarborough Fair. But I don't think I actually got one-on-one introduced to her until here. Or it might have been at Jake and M's Christmas party? Maybe?
Whose Christmas party?
Jake and Emerald?
Okay, maybe.
Maybe. I'm trying to think. There had been lots of casual passing. She works sometimes out front at the haunt, and I work at the haunt also, and so we ran into each other there. But I think it was here maybe that I actually got to meet her. We had a lot of casual passings. First off, I didn't say it. Second off, story time. There we go. They were excited about the graphic. I forgot to hit it. My bad.
First off, I didn't say it.
I didn't say it. I caught myself. I feel it. Progress. We're making progress. But because Shannon was the queen at Scarborough Fair for a really long time, I've known who she was for a million years. And then finding out that was Alan's wife was like major starstruck, like, it's very exciting. So it was cool to get to meet her in person. And as it turns out, she is exactly as nice as she looks.
Lies.
Realm says, Alan, I have a question. I watched the Airbrush DVD, and did you use acrylic paint?
I use acrylic paint as practice. You don't want to use acrylic paint on someone's skin, but it's way cheaper to use that for practicing makeup. Not on people, but on like head forms and stuff.
Gray says, I love your hair stays. Thanks, Gray. Gray did my hair, so all of the gorgeousness that it was and the faded that it's turned into is all courtesy of Gray. She bleached it for me. She dyed it for me. I'm very, very pleased with it.
Gray did that.
Uh-huh.
I'll have her do mine.
There you go, Gray. Are you ready for your full tilt boogie entrance into professional hair doing? Gray says, I miss Shannon food. Yeah.
Yeah. So do I.
Yeah.
We had chicken tonight, but not Shannon chicken.
Not Shannon chicken. It was bad. But yeah.
Hey, it's anybody from Popeyes is watching and sponsor.
And we've got doggos in the shop, which I think you can see on the
Doggos. Sweepers.
Jennifer Pugh says 1,000 subscribers and Gray does Alan's hair.
No. No. 10,000 subscribers and Gray can dye my hair.
Scott Creighton says, hey Stan, can we get those socks on the Stilt Beast Teespring? I think those are socks he purchased from somewhere, but did you update socks on Teespring, Stan?
No, I did get the link. I did get the link to the create your own socks.
Yeah.
And I will get to it with all of my massive spare time.
Massive
Spare time.
Tell me again how busy you are, Stan.
I have a lot going on. These were a Christmas gift. These socks.
That just
Okay.
happens to be on your table.
Helm says, okay, that's what I something. And Alan, do you need me to send you some pictures of the mask?
I'm trying to find the mask.
Okay.
I have pictures.
Gray says she's down. Celeste Kitty says, I vote blue and purple ombre for Alan's hair. Horror Beauty says she thinks you need the Stilt Beast green color.
Yeah.
Cat Swift asked Stacy, are you going to borrow Alan's new little werewolf and mold him? Please, please, please.
What?
I don't think you altered your new little werewolf guy enough for me to feel comfortable molding him.
No, yeah, that's theft. I put an angry brow on it, that's all.
Yeah. Cat Swift says, doggos without Shannon. Wow. Well, she's in the other room, so, like, close enough.
Yeah, she's shipping right now.
Gray says, I'm warning you, it took like 3 hours. In fairness, my hair is long, and you have literally never done hair before. So... Get them quality belly rubbins, Stan. Get them.
You don't have to ask very much with her.
No. She's all about it. So you worked last season at Dark Hour, and that was your first.
Yeah, I
season?
started with the Dog Days
Yeah.
show in the summer, and I did all the way up through the Christmas show.
Yeah.
And then after that, we didn't open up again.
Yeah.
So.
Where's been your favorite spot at Dark Hour?
Ooh.
Because we put you all over the place.
I like the storm door
Yeah.
where I can hit the
So
button.
tell them what the storm door is.
Okay. So the storm door is you come around the corner and there's a switch you can push to set off a lightning effect and a really loud roar, and I can swing the door open and lunge out at people. I love that. I love jumping out.
Celeste Case is about to ask where Cheney is. They rotate through. Scott Colhart says, links this crew socks. Thank you, Scott. Ryland Chow says, I feel like we should have a story time about how everyone got started in the shop. How did you get started in the shop, Stan?
Oh wow. I was interning at Dark Hour, and I came walking through one day, and there was this guy, and he was doing a lot of stuff, and everybody was looking at him, and they're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, this is Alan." And I said, "Hey, Alan," and we shook hands, and we met for like 5 minutes, and then I ran into him again when I was interning, and we had a lot of like every other day. It seemed like I just did whatever anybody needed. I mean, some days it was build crew, and then one day Alan said, "Hey, you want to come help sculpt this gigantic puppet head?" So we spent the whole day sculpting, and I named stuff. So I named him Ziggy, the big puppet, and then we made an enormous mold for it, and it took a couple of 3 days. And
For the record, Netherworld is going to buy one of those from us.
really,
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, we made Ziggy, and we were in costuming one day. I think it was after a show maybe. And Alan said, "Hey, if you want to come out and give it a try, here's coming out to the house." And I had to call him because, he didn't even give me an address or anything. He just said, "Come on out," like I know where I knew where the house was. And I came out here, and I still have the picture I took right in front of the sign, with the thumbs up and sweeping. And I learned really quick, don't ever say you can't do anything you can't really do.
Yeah.
And here we are. It'll be 2 years this September.
How about you, Rue?
I think I asked to come out, I think, at some point. Like, hey, can I come out and, watch you work someday? I came out.
I pretty much invite everybody out.
Yeah. A lot of people get invited out. Most people, oddly enough, don't take Alan up on it.
Where they come out a couple of times and they're like, "Wait a minute."
Oh, wait, you actually do work there.
They're sweeping and cleaning and
Alan will actually make you work if you
yeah,
come out.
this is work. This is a job.
Yeah.
I volunteered because he was, I guess, I'd been watching him. I guess he was still streaming on Facebook at that point.
Probably, yeah.
And I'd been watching him do stuff on Facebook, and he was about to start making Krampus robes. And I was like, "Do you need extra hands? Because I know how to sew." And he was like, "Yes."
Yeah.
Come on out. And then I just never left.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much, I invite a lot of people if they want to come out to the shop. Come on out and work, but it's going to be work. We're going to do work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not here for social hour. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, I was directing another show way back when Alan first invited me out. That was before I ever even worked at Dark Hour.
Let's spin this tripod cam background. Then it won't look at me.
Okay.
I want to see what you're doing.
Then life changed.
Shenanigans ensued.
Life changed. It's funny, I actually was freed from the other place I was working for. And Alan called me up like 2 hours after I sent him a message saying, "Hey, I don't work at this place anymore." And his message to me said simply this: "So you work for me now, right?"
I'm known for my subtlety throughout all lands.
Well, poor Gray. She just stepped in dog poop.
Awesome. Tell her to roll around in it. Serves her right.
Ryland Chow says, "I love naming everything I make, food, masks, etc." Celeste said, "There's Cheney." Yep, we found the picture.
I did. I found the picture.
Body Geek says, "I ordered a copy of that mask after mine went to some guy on the East Coast. It's supposed to be painted the same way as his."
Yes, I'm doing that. This is yours right now, actually.
Ryland Chow says, "How about kids? Don't want to get framed for child labor, though."
Yeah, I don't like kids, so I normally don't invite them out. Rue being, not Rue. Gray being 7 years old is the exception.
Close enough.
Rue's like 9.
Jennifer Pugh says it's interesting to hear how all the shop monkeys came to be shop monkeys.
And lots of people I invite, and like Stan said, they come out one time, they see that it actually is a lot of work. And, you know, it's not as fun as Instagram makes it out to be, I guess.
And you're expected to know what you're doing. Which,
No, I mean,
at times, expected to know what you're doing. Certain things.
Like what? Like what? What do I expect everybody to just know?
Whatever you say, you know.
Yeah.
Tools.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
think you can do this, then yeah, you should be able to do that.
Yeah. Tools. Materials.
There we go. I think we're good. Grace says, "Hey."
Which one? About roll around and poop, or the exception at 7 years
Yeah,
old?
he's 7 years old.
Yeah, like which one of those offended her?
The King says, my inspiration to do my own LED letters was because of you, Alan. Thank you for your videos and the inspiration to never give up. And it's always better to do it my way than buying it.
You made a big old sign. Like, how big is that? Because the King, he posted on the Creepers group a sign he made, and I think he took clear plastic and just painted everything black except for the letters. And I thought, what a great idea that is.
Andrew Zach says, the teeth you're selling on your site, the adhesive used to keep them on, are they like mouthpieces for football? Do you have to boil them and mold to fit?
Yeah, it is a type of friendly plastic, but it is not regular friendly plastic. It is friendly plastic that is more flexible, because there have been people who have tried to use their own friendly plastic that they just buy, not knowing the flexible type, and
Regret it.
it gets real hard to get your teeth off.
Jennifer Pugh says, I'm going to get to bed. We have an inspection at work tomorrow and everyone's going to be stressed out and demanding. Good night.
Good night, Jennifer. Pew pew pew.
The King says, it's 6 foot long and 1 foot tall.
That's awesome.
Ken Zarish asked, did the doggos get haircuts?
No, they did not.
Gray says, I was wearing socks, but I'm not quite sure how long the poop was there. Oh no.
Wow, that's awesome.
Welcome to why we don't have dogs in our house.
Yeah,
Hot.
outside is the best.
Yes, outside dogs for the men. Yeah, I think when I just started interning in costuming at Dark Hour, right about the same time that I started coming out here.
Yeah, I probably said, hey, you want to come out and play at the shop?
Oh no, I straight up, you were talking about something you were doing in the shop, and I was like, hey, like so you need hands? Like I got you. Please let me come. But Robert Alcala gave me the best advice, I think, that I've gotten so far in this. When he was like, hey, so we were leaving one night, and he was like, so you like work here now? And I was like, maybe? Like I hope so. I'm sure enjoying the work I'm getting to do. And he's like, well, you know, some of the people who have been here the longest just didn't stop showing up. They started showing up and they just kept showing up. So, you know. Well,
and even if you start as a volunteer,
yeah,
I'll find a way to pay you.
Yeah.
You know, that's I want to pay people for services.
Ken Zarish says, I guess it was the angle of the camera. Gray says, speaking of which, can we get a dog? No. You literally just said you stepped in dog
You
poop.
just made a great case for not getting a dog.
Realm says, are you going to recreate the mask the exact same? Just curious.
That's what you asked for.
I do not speak in absolutes, so I'm not going to say it's going to be the exact same. It'll be very similar to. I use a very similar palette. It'll be very similar to that other one. Come on over, Rue.
He's so pretty. Ken Zarish says, guess it was just...
I can't tell. Back up a little bit. It's probably too close to you. There you go. So this is Rue. Give him a little spin.
You're so pretty.
This is what Rue will look like in 15 years.
15?
Yeah.
I think you're being generous.
I was going to say 4 at first. But...
Don't pay no attention to the white stripe in my beard already.
The King says, I'm going to put my LED letters over the clear. It was just an idea. I wasn't sure if it was going to be good or not, but what the heck? I had to try it out. Body Geek says, other people's dogs are the best. You can get them all hyper and leave. Kind of like their children.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The king says it's not perfect, but it's enough to make it work, honestly.
That's what matters. And I'll tell you what, I mean, I always love when I see prop makers and stuff working on signs. Signage is what separates Forrest. Why do you have a chunk of plaster, buddy? Okay, you can have it. That's
It's like, this my rock.
yeah. Forrest just proudly had a rock. I thought he took some food out of the garbage.
The king says, is there anything different that I can do, Alan? Any suggestions?
Are you going to mount it into a frame? But what I was saying before that was I was saying that signage is what separates theme parks from haunts, really. That's the biggest separator. That's good.
Yeah, that's perfect. And that's the right head for that weirdo hat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what kind of frame are you going to mount it in?
So yes, a frame will be made.
Yeah, get it on the frame, and then let's seize it.
Realm says, Alan, I'll give you $10 to make a mistake on Bonnie Week's mask after he wanted me to get hit by a bus.
See, here's the kicker, man. The second one normally turns out better because I have experience. So,
The king says, I was just doing it when you started your stream. Making the frame.
cool. I love how cheap Realms thinks I am. Like,
Hey.
I messed up on a mask on purpose for $10.
Rue, will you get that away from Bella? She probably doesn't need that.
Yeah, that's poison.
No, Beth. No.
Says, but I eat it. Andrew Zach says, just ordered a set of teeth. Can't wait to get them.
Cool,
Chew
man.
this one. Chew that one. There you go. You chew that stuff all the time anyway.
Realm says, Alan, 20.
Andrew, not that cheap. Andrew Zach, what kind of character are you going to use those teeth for? What are you doing with the teeth?
The king says it's a wood 2x4 and interior LED lights inside the frame.
Cool.
Celeste Kitty said someone should make a bear costume eating a human limb wearing an Eat at Joe's sign.
Okay. I volunteer as tribute.
To make the bear or to wear the bear?
Yeah. I'll make the heck out of a bear costume. We all know I've been wanting to make a bear costume.
It's true. There you go.
Am I blocking the camera?
Nope, I fixed it. Roly Curly 8 says, glad I'm not the only one with an odd fascination for signage. Body Geek says it will go over the other toothy masks. Forget the name I got from you. They will be twins, tag teaming the Q line.
Hooray.
Realms says I'm a broke kid, 35.
Bro, this isn't like, I'm not going to mess up someone's mask on purpose. And you should know by now, DM me about that stuff. Don't put it in public.
Andrew Zach says redneck killer, but kind of demonic at the same time.
Cool.
The king says your mask looks like something strange creature. Like the something strange creature.
Stranger Things is probably what they mean. Yes, it is spiky and toothy like that, which is Stranger Things looks like a cross between The Thing and Pumpkinhead.
Yes. It's pretty funny looking at your laptop as the monitor there with the reference photo and the actual one right next to it.
Yeah. Fitty.
Fitty fitty. Realm says, I know, just kidding, but okay, I will.
Well, that was funny. Just kidding. I know you'd never do that. I'll DM you.
Yeah. Seth Ashley says Stranger Things was an amazing show. Can't wait for the new season. I know. There you go.
Lure?
Okay. Yep, should be good.
Okay. Stranger Things was a wonderful show. I really liked it. I don't watch a lot of TV. We made some time to watch that.
Did you catch up on WandaVision?
I am current on WandaVision.
Hey.
And the season finale is the next one.
Right?
apparently.
I'm like, how is it already over? That's not fair.
It's okay because there's a 1 week break, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier start up.
Ooh, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, this guy is just so fun. He's fun to paint. He's fun to do.
Roly Poly 8 has made an entrance sign for a theme park attraction, but I could only get chipboard. I think you call it something different. The ugly rough sheet wood.
Particle board, yeah.
Just had to fill and sand the hell of it.
Or OSB, sometimes it's called.
Good boy. Yeah. Oh, what a good boy.
Okay.
Would you like this? Or
Yeah.
a chair?
That's good.
End of night, Ellen. We'll take it.
Putting on a backup brace.
Yep.
What do you have there, Boris?
Oh. Get something out of the trash.
I don't know. It looks like you might have.
You did get something out of the trash.
Is it delicious?
You think of. It's not for you. It's for you. Anthony Pantano says, tomorrow I have to go to a job. This guy wants me to come in tomorrow and talk with him. I've never had a job where the manager wanted me to come in and talk. What does that mean?
You're getting fired. I have no idea. Talk to your manager and find out. But don't put anything on it that it isn't. Let it happen. Just have the conversation. I mean, his whole goal with having a conversation with you is to give you more information.
The king says, no lie, a Dremel is very useful though. I thought it was only made for wood, but guess not. Doing my sign was the most hardest task, but handmade is more meaningful.
Handmade is sometimes cheaper. Handmade is sometimes more meaningful. Handmade also normally ensures that you have something that no one else has. That's kind of nice.
Anthony Pantano says, it's a job I applied for. So it's like an interview?
Yeah, that's called an interview. They want to find out more about you. They probably looked you up on the internet and thought you were weird.
Andrew Zach says, where's a good place to get the colored contacts? So do you know anything about them? I've been told not to use them as they're bad for your eyes. What's your opinion?
Well, it depends on where you get them from. You want to get them from a reputable dealer, of course, and go ahead and get your eyes measured. Go to an optometrist to get your eyes examined, and then you'll be able to do sizes and stuff correctly.
Body Geek says, when I was a kid, I always called it Oriental Strand Board until I learned differently. Good night, Scott Creighton.
I mean, it's OSB, Oriental Stranded Board.
Cat Swift says, am I the only one who doesn't watch these shows until 6 months later and then binge watches them in my workroom?
No, you're not the only one, but I chose not to do this time around just because.
Rebecca Hudson says, hi, beautiful monsters.
Hello?
Anthony Pantano says, I guess so, but he didn't say interview. It's a tire job part-time. It's probably an interview.
It's an interview.
The
He
king,
just didn't want to use the word interview.
the king says, cheaper. Yes, agree. It's either me paying $500 plus me spending around an overall $40.
Right. Although right now, if you built your wood frame for $40, you're doing really good.
Yeah. He says, just do the sign. Grace says, I need to go shower. Good night, y'all.
Hooray.
Thank you for hygiening.
Yeah. Especially that 1 foot.
Mrs. CB says, I get the creepy contacts from Halloween Direct. Ooh, just kidding, she deleted it. It's not quick enough. Curses. I see my elbow. Body Geek says, Oriental Strand Board. I called it Oriental Strand Board.
I mean, it's stranded, I think, but you were very close.
Anthony Pantano says, okay, cool, just nervous about it because it's hard for me to get a job, so I'll be lucky to get it.
Well, they'll be lucky to have you.
Thank you, Harvey. This is oops, spelled it all wrong. That's okay.
I love that. My response was to shoot Stacy with a heat gun to fry the germs in the air, and it took other people on the internet in other states to say, "God bless." So, God bless.
Okay. The king says, no, overall I spent $40 including the wood, but yes, it's not bad for my first time building a sign. Thank you guys, you have sufficiently stuffed those demons back into my body.
I need a light purple for the tentacles.
Tentacles. Mrs. CB was trying to say, I get my Halloween contacts directly from my eye doctor, and I've had great results.
Great.
It does seem like a smart way to do it.
Yeah. Since they're going on your eyes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I have done the sketchy way and bought them from the UK. And have been fortunate in that no harm has come to my eyes. However, I did have one rip. And
Nice.
I did not
Pure
realize.
sign of quality.
Yes, I did not realize that until I put it in that is not a good way for contacts to be and is hurty.
Yeah.
Celeste Kitty says, when people sneeze around me, my response is, yeah, I'm allergic to BS too.
Okay.
The king says, Alan, if you're able to read the message I sent and give me a reply, that would be great. Please.
I'll have to find it and look at it.
Right now, he's using his phone as a camera.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not avoiding anybody, but I answer messages as they come in. So
After he's off the air.
yes, not yet. I won't answer right now. But.
Rebecca Hudson says, Alan, I'm making dragon eggs for my yard. And I was wondering if I could coat the inside of the egg with cement and then use liquid latex on the outside of the egg to seal it.
Cement sounds so permanent, and latex sounds so temporary. So, if you want to seal it, why not seal it with something like polyurethane, which is going to be more in line with the cement that you're using on the inside? Does that make sense? Hey, Ruth, do me a favor.
Shenanigans.
Come over here.
Jordan Ezel says, hi, this looks like something from the thing.
It does, yeah. This mask was heavily inspired by the thing. This is the tentacle, 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 tentacle.
Tooth or tentacle?
Tooth,
Tooth.
tooth. Go ahead and paint all the tentacles with this color right here.
Tentacles, mauve.
Rebecca Hudson says, okay, thank you. Taking notes, I don't know what goes with what. In terms of the eggs and cement and...
Oh, well, it's just that there are sealers that are really good for concrete. So, if it's going to be outside, latex does not do well in the sun. The sun would make it fall apart.
Andrew Zach says, Alan, what would be a way to make a floor in a room feel like quicksand or very unstable to walk on cheaply?
Go on Craigslist and get a free kids' backyard trampoline. Build your room around the trampoline so that they stare up to it and they have to walk across the trampoline as the floor.
The
They're
king,
going to fall down.
your autocorrect is...
Just a warning.
I self-censored.
I have to help you sometimes.
I'm trying. Good night, Scott Colehart. Thank you for your continuous and amazing hard work.
Good night, Scott.
Good night, Scott.
I'm going to eat chicken sandwich.
Do that thing.
Ooh, that thing. Ooh, 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 that thing. That thing you do.
Rue, what is the coolest thing you've seen in a haunt that you wish we could use at dark hour?
Oh. I don't know. I think the coolest things I've seen in haunts we do at dark hour. Wow, I'm having a tough one on that one.
Yeah. Celeste Kitty says there's an app called Free Stuff. Definitely get it. You'd be surprised what people will give away as long as you do the work.
I mean, I love pyro, and
Yeah.
we can't really pull off pyro because we're indoors. But
I mean, we do some.
we do tiny bit, yeah.
Can hear Jake being offended from here.
Jake does what he can. I'm not saying we don't do any.
Celeste Kitty's glowing eyes and tentacle.
Oh.
Andrew, I'll ask him again in a minute when he comes in. Rylan Chow says sometimes when dogs do bad things, their cute faces just want to make you forgive them and cuddle. That's true.
Pretty good.
It's true with children also. Body Geek says I bought a book about propane fire. I'm also looking at dust cannons. We'll be way off in the woods away from the people if I do them. Dust cannon. Ooh.
Dust cannons are pretty cool. I've played with those a few times. I used to do some work with a place that did IED simulation training
Oh my
for
gosh.
the military.
Yeah.
And dust cannons was one of those things that we'd use with that, where we'd put you basically put an explosion underneath a packet of dust, so when it blows up, it blows a huge dust cloud out. Or you can use air to do it also.
Jordan Ezel says this mask makes me think of various sphincters. It's my new band.
Wow.
It's my new band name. Various
sphincters.
The King says, "How was y'all's day? Y'all? Mine was pretty good. It was a Monday.
Very decent.
Very much at the best part of my day. That is the nice thing about Mondays is that I have shop to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Chain. What a good movie. Anthony Pantano. No.
What? It's brushes.
Andrew Zach, we definitely do commissions. Shoot us an email at stiltbestudios@gmail.com. I've been looking for someone to make me a pair of pants that's made out of skin-looking material. That's why I asked about commissions.
Ah.
We can accommodate all kinds of stuff. Anthony
Awesome.
Pantano says, "Don't read it out loud." No, I didn't. Andrew Zach says, "With faces." Ooh, face pants. Andrew Zach is looking for someone to make him a pair of pants that's made out of skin-looking material, so he's wondering if you take commissions.
Yeah, we do that.
Realms.
Tentacle?
Yes.
Okay.
Tentacle.
Realm says, is it bad when I stay up until 2 in the morning some days looking on Pinterest and finding props and ideas?
Doesn't everyone do that?
I was gonna say.
Depends if you have somewhere to be in the morning or not.
Jordan Ezel says, what are some key elements to a Lovecraftian monster?
Tentacles.
Tentacles, extra eyes, floatiness. They don't normally have forms that are solid. They kind of shift forms quite a bit.
Gregory Haynes says, Alan, I seem to recall that March is gargoyle/grotesque month. I'm so looking forward to the build.
Oh, that's right. I am going to try and slide him in there.
You know what else March is? March is March of the Robots. Kind of like with the Monstober thing or Inktober that Chelsea does. It's March of the Robots. And so every day they're drawing robots and stuff.
Okay.
Mimi says, the people running the haunt I act at want to be better, but aren't really exposed to the haunt industry. By no means am I saying I know everything, but I want to help them. How do I pass on others' advice to them without seeming like the teenager telling the adults what to do?
You have to be very careful with that. And honestly, it is prove yourself to be an authority first by making things, by making good choices and showing them good things. And then they will rely on you as an authority, and then they will trust your opinion for others. But you are absolutely right to know that you can't just slide in.
Be like, let me tell you some stuff.
I have more exposure than you. I'm a better expert. You know, that's going to be hard.
Jordan Ezel says, like this, in terms of the math and being Lovecraftian.
This could easily be considered Lovecraftian.
Ken Zarish says, good night, fam. Have a good one. Good night, Ken.
We poured up the Gibbering Mouther, which is very Lovecraftian.
Quite. Andrew Zach
Yeah,
says,
too.
what would you charge for a pair of pants made in that style?
Send me a message. It all depends. It could be as low as, $200. It could be as much as $400. Depends on how you want it done, and we'll have a lot of details to talk about. Size, all that stuff.
Ooh.
Send that email to stillbestudios@gmail.com.
Right, stillbestudios@gmail.com.
It's funny how you turn stuff enough. It's like, oh, hey,
Yeah,
where did
more
that one
things
come
pop
from?
up.
There's more.
Yeah, Mimi, I have been in that same situation of, I hate to say this, but I know more than you, and you never say, I know more than you.
No,
Mimi says, okay, thank you for the help. I just don't want to come off as I know everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's a danger, but,
Well, it's nice to come into a place and go, oh, they need me here. They don't know it yet, but they need me.
But also make sure that what you give ideas for, they're not already past the point of brilliant ideas. Telling them a new way to do something when they bought all the materials for the old way to do something is not helping. And that's kind of going to be on you sometimes to realize that. And say, do you want ideas on this, or are you really solid with what's happening?
Andrew Zach says, can you post
Good.
pictures on this live chat? On this
Heck,
live in chat? No, I don't believe we can.
No, we cannot. That is not a feature that YouTube does.
However, if you want to drop pictures in the Stilt Beast Live Creepers Facebook group, you absolutely can.
Yes, that's why we have the Stilt Beast Live Creepers Facebook group.
Lottie FX Makeup says, see, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm not good at being nice, so I just tell them, do this, that scare isn't working.
Don't blame it on your sign. You're being a jerk.
Lottie
Own it.
FX says,
Own it.
usually they don't get offended.
Don't blame it on your sign.
Alan and I are both Cancer. See the way that we jerk at me.
Yeah. I think I'm closer to Leo, though.
When's your birthday?
July 13th.
Okay. Well, only a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let it slide that way.
Would you please put that back up on the table before the
Yes.
dogs eat it? As that is a mold that we need.
Yes. Thank you, Ruth.
Okay, we're getting there.
You can actually
I too.
you can set that over here. I'm gonna take it back.
I too. I'm a Leo
Thank you.
and have very heavy Leo tendencies.
I'm Cancer Leo tendencies.
Jordan Ezel says, do you know of Will McDaniel? He's a British SFX artist who posts silly videos with handmade masks and props.
That sounds very familiar. One might even check and see if I'm Facebook friends with him.
Cal.
Thanks.
He's a
Think it
paintbrush.
No? Just another one that was already sitting over here and I know you're going to need it soon.
Sorry, guys, my phone is on the charger. Otherwise, I would drop that link right now. Just about dead. And I believe that Scott Jordan, or not Scott Jordan, Scott Colehart has stepped out for the night. But
Anyway.
I just had a red spray bottle of ink.
the new, like,
Yeah.
unopened, it's on the table right there. Right.
Where? No, I had one of these full of red ink
Oh,
that I used on Frankenstein just the other day.
no say. Andrew Zach says, Alan, I posted my cowboy hat on the creepers.
Cool, awesome.
Oh, okay, that's somebody else. Joseph W. Creation says, hello, friends. Lottie FX Makeup says, would it be appropriate to send some of my mask work in the Discord? Absolutely.
Of course.
Cheney,
Perfect.
what are you eating, buddy?
He's just got that same chunk of plaster that Forrest used to have.
Well, there you go. Trading a rock.
Chewing on rocks. Dogs are great.
Why? Why, dog? Why do you eat that plaster?
One more calcium?
Crunch, crunch.
Crunchy, crunch, crunch.
Go ahead and take that away, Rue. He's actually eating it.
The King says, I love the Frankenstein mask. Was very well done.
Thanks.
No more eatings.
Anthony Pantano says, gotta get them minerals.
Yeah, apparently.
And he's like, but. No. Meanest old Uncle Ree there ever was. Oh, that is such a visceral red. I love it.
Yeah, this is what makes it nice and meaty.
Hamburgery.
My guess is Baba Daba's not on, or else she would have told me to turn this on already.
Yeah. Jordan Ezel says, have you seen Death Becomes Her?
Forever ago.
I literally just watched that the other day. It is one of my favorites. Seth Ashley says that clear coat really makes a huge difference.
That was actually red ink, is what it was. It was red ink.
Seth Ashley says, gotcha.
But yeah, it made a huge difference.
King says, how can I make a pig's body without paying hundreds for it, like a carcass?
Okay, not this week's YouTube Wednesday, next week's YouTube Wednesday. You guys are all getting an inside scoop. I'm doing a side of beef, and the pig's body would be very similar.
Here, the chicken hiccups. The King says, thank you.
I didn't even realize it until you looked at me. It's funny.
You're like, they could hear me.
That was an outside noise. Gregory Haynes says, if you're still watching, hit the like button, folks.
Yeah.
Throw us that sweet, sweet thumbs up.
Do what Greg says.
Hello, Jamie. I know, he's over here surfing, trying to find things.
Oh, sure.
Trying to find things to steal.
Not steal, liberate.
Liberate. Gotcha. Jordan Ezel asks, does your church have a special activity group? Mine's been holding support meetings for people with addictions.
I think most churches have it.
Bobby Beak says, like, baby. But up fun.
Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Any harder.
He's like, where that chicken's at? Give me the chicken.
Remember that time I had chicken? That was a good time.
No.
Claudia FX Makeup says, I sent my H2 conversion to the Discord if anyone wants to check it out after the stream. Thanks,
Sweet.
Claudia FX. By the by, that Discord is exclusive to our Patreon members. If you'd like to get in on the Discord, support us on Patreon. We just hit 100 Patreon subscribers, and we're going to be giving away the Basil Gogos painted Trick or Treat Studios mask that Alan did on the last night of 10 Nights of Color.
You got all that information right. Good job, you.
Thanks. Looks like that's part of my job.
Okay. Put a first coat down on this eyeball. And this eyeball.
The King says, if you do the video, I'll make a video too after you for the pig's body showing my viewers too, and I'm going to shout it out and tag you on Facebook as well.
I didn't know you had a YouTube channel.
Jordan Ezel says, I like it.
The King, how many subscribers you got? How long you been doing YouTube?
Gregory Haynes says, sometimes I can hear the airbrush, but never the heat gun. Why is this?
Because it's not as loud as the heat gun. So the heat gun is a gate. You know what I mean? I mean, the microphone has a gate on it, and it's trying to protect you from loud noise.
The King says, yes, I do.
How many subscribers and how long have you been on YouTube?
You look so disappointed.
I know. He's like, this isn't what I wanted.
This is what I want. Not what I wanted that you want.
I guess. The King says 4 years and I have 614 subscribers.
That's awesome.
I've been struggling.
That happens. I mean, YouTube's not easy. Everybody sees my other channel, my Still Be Studios channel, and remember, I've been at it for like 12 years. It's a lot of the YouTubes.
Maybe luck's first, but I don't have much to do.
What's that?
I don't have much to do right.
Are you really saying that? Because boy, have I got work for you.
When do you need a dumpster?
Task me.
Or is everything that needs
Take out that garbage
Sure,
and change out the bag.
sure.
Oh, is that the really heavy one?
No, I did that one last week.
Oh, okay. 1980 says, imagine Sloth going through puberty and pops his first sit. Hey, you guys.
Yeah. Good times. Good awkward times.
So awkward. Jordan Diesel says, I was waiting for those teeth to shine.
They're coming. Here come the teeth. Bum, 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 bum.
The King says, I'm not sure what to do to get more subscribers. I film and I get views here and there, but yeah.
Just make good content. That's it, man. And do you post every week, or are you consistent in your posting?
Lottie FX Makeup says, don't kill me if I don't know, but is this mask inspired by anything or an original?
It is inspired. It's an original. It's my original sculpture. It is inspired by the monster in The Thing horror movie that takes place in Antarctica with
Starring Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. I always say Russell and then I stop because I know that's right and it's wrong at the same time.
The King says, recently I haven't filmed a bit because I've been very busy with work.
That is why why you're not growing subscribers. You have to post videos, and consistency really helps. But honestly, posting every 2 weeks, huge. Because YouTube is willing to throw you out at people if they know you're going to work and you're going to post videos. And the views don't matter. If you post every day, they're going to try throwing you at viewers.
But it's got to be stuff that people want to watch.
Well, and the issue with that then is if it's not stuff people want to watch, people who do subscribe won't stay. And that's one of the reasons why I had to split my channel, is because the people that I picked up in October and September didn't want a video every day, you know.
Much less a 4-hour video.
They were casual Halloweeners, not lifetime Halloweeners like many of you.
The King says, I'm trying, and you're right. $19.80 says, has anyone heard if they're still doing the Big Trouble reboot with The Rock?
I would watch that.
I hadn't heard about that one.
Me neither.
And yet, boom, just like that, you're excited. Okay, so we're getting there on this, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I'll hit my 10 p.m. mark.
The King says, you're very right, and I'll be doing a haunted location soon.
Come on.
Rylan Chow says, I want to make fiberglass body frames. How would I do that?
What do you mean by body frames? But I suspect the answer is going to be the same way you make anything out of fiberglass. You have a mold or a form, and then you put in your fiberglass layer, then you put in your gel coat layer, then you put in a layer of resin, then you put in a layer of matte, then you put in a layer of resin, then you put in a layer of matte.
Lottie FX Makeup says, what is everyone in the shop's favorite Halloween Michael Myers film?
Oh boy.
OG?
Rue, do you have a favorite Halloween Michael Myers movie?
Nope.
I think probably the first one. I think that's the only one I've seen.
I was actually never really a fan of Michael Myers.
I like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, if I was gonna say one, it'd be the first one.
Yeah. Rolly Polly 8 says, I think I unsubscribed from the main channel a good few years ago because I just kept seeing a load of random long videos on my feed every day before I realized how entertaining and helpful they are. I have, of course, since swiftly resubscribed.
Yeah, I mean, and that happens, you know. It is. These are really long videos.
Riley
And
Chow.
And if you're not interested in the community, or if you're not interested in mask making, they're not the best to watch, you know.
Rylan Chow says, like adding weight and volume to the body with fiberglass. How would I make it form?
You could, okay, so a form is something normally that you put fiberglass over like one time. And I would probably use something like wadded up aluminum foil, maybe, because you can't find it. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Now, Rylan, what is your end goal? What do you want to make at the end? You ask very specific questions. And sometimes I think if I can just get to your end product, I can help you track a path to get there. You obviously know what you're doing, but I don't know that we are communicating as effectively as we could.
Realm says, how can I make some dead bloody chickens?
Stuff a sock and get some feathers.
Celeste Kitty says, Season of the Witch is the best one. Nice Kitty says, best Michael Myers movie is Wrath of Khan. It's so lifelike, never removes the mask. Rylan Chow says, a fat body. That's what his end result is.
Okay. And why do you want it made out of fiberglass? Hey, Rue,
Answer. Yes, sir.
come here.
Yep.
Where did you get that plate, buddy?
Yeah, so you go in between all these. Stay in between. Yeah, in the cracks. Yep.
Big Ink Studio says, Alan, I found another movie that ranks up there with Vikings versus Krampus if you want to lose a lot of valuable watch time. Jesus Christ, Vampire Hunter.
See, I'm good, thanks.
Tank,
I don't watch movies just to waste my time.
Tank says, hey, all, wow, that looks like how I feel in the mornings.
Well, you should see a doctor.
Rylan Chow says, I want to be able to access the body for maintenance on the internal neck.
Okay, then I do think that fiberglass is a good way to go. So build up your body shape with balloons and heavy-duty packing tape. If it's a big old fat person, balloons and heavy-duty packing tape. You can get a real nice lifelike shape with it, and then fiberglass right over the top of that. Pop the balloons and peel your tape out.
Gregory Haynes says, it's like 20 questions. Buddy Geek says, no pressure, Rue.
No pressure.
Rue knows his way around an airbrush.
Oh, yeah. Little does everyone know, Rue does a lot more than just pour molds in there.
Rylan, I'll wait till he gets back in here to read that. Tank says, Rue, killer chain, bro.
Thank you, I made it. It is 4-2 Kingsman.
Lottie FX says, when do the Scopies paint drop? Very soon.
Very soon. We're trying. This weather whole thing kind of made for some difficulties.
And we had an unexpected delay with everything freezing.
Anybody else have any other questions?
Andrew Dax says, I recently got a box full of ping pong balls given to me with a few easy props I can make from it.
Ooh,
Eyeballs.
eyeballs. Make eyeballs. Stage.
Barnacles.
Barnacles. Barnacles are a good one.
Stay tuned car care says, and hello, peoples. Why, hello, stay tuned car care.
Oh, but. Oh.
Body effects says, oh yeah, I forget weather affects things. A person who lives where the weather only fluctuates by 20 degrees either direction. Yeah, normally that does, but Celeste Kitty says, just saw a horror movie with my kid about boar hunting humans. It wasn't a boar though, it was just a walking, talking kid dude. The SFX was so bad, it was great. 1980 said, the airbrush almost covers the sound of Alan concentrating.
Alan concentrating?
This is what we're doing the painting. Rylan Chow says his original plan was to use chicken wire and fiberglass over that.
You could wash your chicken wire. It doesn't take a lot of weight, so it may collapse under your fiberglass weight.
Also, someone was gifted a box full of ping pong balls. I was curious about ideas for stuff they could make out of ping pong balls.
Okay, so be careful because ping pong balls are highly flammable. So I don't use ping pong balls in my haunted house for much because they are highly flammable. So, yes.
All right.
You set? You did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay tuned, car care says, I'd much rather live back in Texas than Indiana. I was born
Bring
in
that
San
up.
Antonio and I've lived in Wichita
Bring that
Falls.
on. This one?
Yep. Look at the top one
Mm-hmm.
and do that from the bottom.
Stay tuned, car care says, great balls of fire. Good, great.
You pick my nose and you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You rode my whip, oh what a thrill.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
I like it love, I thought it was funny. You came along and you moved. I don't know why you said that. Out of the way, okay? Thanks.
I was expecting it. Move. Hey. Hey, boys.
1980 says the Dollar Tree eyeballs are great for
I love
football.
that you go in exactly where I just was working.
So, all right, so someone asked about ping pong balls. Ping pong balls also look a lot like boils or blisters or whatever.
Yep.
So you can take a heat gun and put them on top of a body form, like lots of them, and then do a layer of real thin, clear plastic and hit it with the heat gun, and you could get some real nice bubbly skin effects.
Stay tuned, car care says, goodness gracious, great ping pong balls of fire.
Yes, if you want some YouTube fun, look up ping pong ball fire, or are ping pong balls flammable? For a very short while, you couldn't bring them on an airplane.
Body effect makeup says, I'm honestly very scared to hair my Michael Myers mask. Using crepe, it's terrifying.
Don't be scared, just do it. So what if you screwed up? You can make another one.
Ryland House says, sometimes I wonder how much fun you guys are having in the shop.
And could you screw it up so much it's not usable? I'm going to say that's unlikely. There's always a way to fix it, so don't sweat it.
We have a lot of fun at the show. We
The
also
shop
do-
is fun.
We also do a lot of work.
Can you screw it up so bad it's unusable?
Yes, yes, you can.
Yeah.
If you burn it,
Burninating the helmets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go grab the camera and get Frankenstein shot.
yay, thank you.
Anytime people say something.
Yeah. 1980 says, oh, a horror-themed foosball table. Now that's a project.
man, I love foosball.
Gonna
That's
share
one of
this
my
up
favorite bar games.
there. Oh my goodness. It's got a great big hole in it from the burninating.
This is what happens if you burn the helmet. I guess we're off time.
Yeah, a bit of a delay.
Oh, that's YouTube, not OSB. That's
Yeah.
why. OBS. That's why.
Stay tuned, car characters. Makes me wonder the effects of flammable ping pong balls and beer pong now. The flame and beer pong. Stay tuned, car characters. Indiana isn't bad, really just weather swings.
Yeah, tell me about weather swings.
Plus cases. Hi Shannon. By Geek says I'm saving the Six Pack Classic from my bottles of Diet Dr. Pepper and pulling out the holes to save the turtle. I noticed they give great organic look and would make great hallway scare touch hangers. Cool.
Yes, they would actually. You are correct.
What kind of airbrush is that?
This is the Pache H. Pache H. It's one of my favorite airbrushes.
I still have to buy a new one of those. I'm still using my dual action.
Dual actions are nice. I like them also.
Rylan Chow says, wow, burning ping pong balls are very entertaining.
Yeah. You can watch that for hours. At least I can. Hey, Rue! Sir, good job on this. That was your positive reinforcement for the day.
For the month.
Except 2 months ahead pass. Stay tuned, car care says, no problem. Seems like spring and falls don't know how to transition well. Yeah. We're in false spring still. Currently.
Normally, Texas has, 8 months of summer and then the rest.
A week of spring, a week of fall, and the rest of it's winter. Not like quality winter.
Yeah. Gross.
I'm glad to be free of the great gray beast of February, though.
Oh, yes.
Christina McDaniel says, is it easier to use than the cheap ones from Harbor Freight?
Dual action airbrushes, you mean?
Different use.
Yeah, I use it a little differently. But, yes, it's a single action airbrush, so it's easy to use.
Claudia FX Makeup says, do you guys ever get envious at working a manual scare immediately after a triggered scare? The guests never scare immediately following a trigger, unless they're teenagers.
I think if your timing is right,
I have never had a problem with
I
that.
was gonna say.
use the animatronic as a distraction,
Oh, yeah.
and then you get the scare. Because,
Yeah.
it's pretty rare, in all honesty, I think, for an animatronic to straight up scare people. It's easier for a person to get that physical scare.
Yeah, I'd love to be directly after an animatronic.
Oh, especially if it's got lights on it.
Yeah, catch them off guard.
Oh, yeah. Because then you just appear out of nothing by the time their eyes have readjusted to the dark. Mimi says, here in Washington, it's a lot of cold, rain, and overcast.
Yeah.
1980 says, did you see Adam Savage's new Iwata airbrush kit that you've got? Apparently, Wedding uses them.
No, I haven't.
Andrew Zach says, born in Eloy, Arizona. I miss that area.
I do very different style of work than Weta does, though. So, the tools that are helpful to them may not be as helpful to me.
Bloody FX make. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh, that's delightful. I support this plan. Bloody FX Makeup says no, a triggered actor scare, not animatronic.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
maybe I'm not understanding what you mean by triggered actor scare.
EAE button. It sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't mind being opposite them, but
Timing's everything.
hey, Rue,
All on timing.
would you come here and do this thing with the thing? We're gonna dry up teeth and eyeballs.
Yep.
Pull out them teeth and eyeballs. I'm gonna study those pictures again.
To see what went where.
Yeah. Oh, see, and there's another tentacle. Well, you kind of bloodied up all.
Oh, look. Would you get nervous painting masks like that in front of people?
No.
Would you like to?
Tank says, yeah, the old scarecrow holding the candy bucket still gets a good jump around here.
Wow, okay. Yeah, what real points on this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, back being a DJ back when I was a teenager, like really cured me of getting stage fright for a lot of things. Like, just gotta do what what your job is.
Lottie FX Makeup says, if you have a measly shaker immediately following someone jumping out on a platform with strobes and fog, it's so horrible. Can speak from experience. A measly shaker, huh? I think if that were somebody in the section where I was training, I would probably try and figure out something else for them to do.
Yeah, you might have a location problem there.
Ryland Chow says, what are servo solenoid valves?
It's a solenoid valve controlled by a servo. I mean, it's just a different type of a solenoid valve.
Bloody FX Megan says, agreed, it wasn't my haunt. Well, good.
And Bloody, you're rather young too. Is that correct?
It works.
In case you didn't test that one, it's working.
Bloody FX Makeup says, correct. They are quite young.
I'm not envious of you. I do not wish to be young again. But I am a little bit envious of the amount of knowledge that is out there for people that just was not out there when I got started.
Stay tuned. Car Care says, it's electric timed valve. Bloody FX Makeup says, but I'm putting on my first full-length haunt this year.
Cool, that's awesome. I owned my first haunted house at the age of 15.
Cat Swift. They're talking about places that they've lived and stuff, but Cat Swift lived there when Mount St. Helens blew. Plenty of excitement for me. My parents were camping close to that area when Mount St. Helens blew. Not like exceptionally close. They thought they were plenty far away, but they woke up the next morning covered totally in ash. So
Good
they were
times.
far enough downwind from that to catch the ash.
I can't look at.
It was a remarkable owl.
Thanks.
Good
Yeah.
job.
I bust the owl out on the haunt every now and then.
Yeah.
I've been fishing, and then I'll get them to come to me.
Nice. Kalisha F says, good evening all. Super late joining, but I wanted to pop in and smash the like button.
Smash it!
Stay tuned car care says, dang, at least your guys' car will stay cleaner for the most part. More or less.
Yeah.
1980 says, Mount St. Helens lost about 1,200 feet of height after the eruption.
Crazy.
It was
What happened to me,
shortened.
too. I used to drive by it all the time.
Kalisha F says, this is rather creepy.
Thanks, homie.
No.
We've been working hard to make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so.
Acted by Jean-Claude Juncker.
Don't have hair on there.
All right. Let's eyeball this sucker.
Kalisha F says, you're welcome. Have you heard the card song by Dark Materia?
No.
It's pretty funny.
Hey, Rue.
Sure.
We're not there yet, but I'm going to have you mix up some 5-minute epoxy here soon.
Andrew Zach says, I remember storms in Arizona blowing up dust and raining mud because of it. Tank says, y'all make me feel untraveled. My whole life I've only lived on 2 farms. I bought the farm I grew up on, though. Kind of full circle, I guess.
That's good.
That's good.
2 farms, huh? I love to travel. I like to see new places and things.
Pat Swift says, ash blew eastward and south all the way to Eugene, Oregon. In Salem, we helped folks in mobile home parks clear ash because the glassine particles are paint jobs. Yikes. 1980 says, Yosemite has a super volcano just waiting to pop. Yeah,
Yep.
that caldera.
Super volcano waiting to bomb.
Celeste Kitty says, ooh, Sharpie. That's my second thing to do eyeliner with.
Come
Also.
on now, those are spoilers for 2022.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm surprised it didn't pop in 2020. Like, the way that year had gone, it seemed like that was going to happen.
So far, 2021 is also smashing.
Yeah, it's doing great.
You're not following your own rules, Alan.
Well, I do.
Throw away soda can.
Oh, okay. So I have a little foundry now, a forge and foundry set up. I haven't quite set it up yet, but it's going to go out back. So I'm saving all of my soda cans in order to melt down and make stuff out of.
Body Geek says, I was originally planning on getting a degree in geophysics so I could become a volcanologist. That's pretty cool.
I also think Mr. Spock is cool.
Should I start mixing?
Here.
No fear. And now I realize why this one's still in.
Why's that?
Doesn't want to do the thing.
He doesn't want to do the
Okay.
work
Do the
today.
plunging thing?
I don't want to do the work today. I really want to do the work today. The king says, how can I make a Papera ghost, but trap in a room? You mean a Peppers ghost? Or a Pepakura ghost? Like trap people in a room. No say.
I would have to know, like, the room setup, because Pepper's Ghost is a very specific thing. It has to be viewed from a very specific angle.
Mm-hmm.
You might do better with a projection, but again, I don't know your exact space. Pepper's Ghost requires them to view at a very specific angle for it to work. And you have to be able to control that.
King says hallway to a corner.
You'd have to have a room almost on the other side of that hole.
Claudia FX says, I can't wait. The plan is currently to go to themed entertainment, BFA, and go to work for the parks. But if Rona is still going on, might suspend those plans for a few years. I didn't know that a themed entertainment BFA was a thing. And that's cool.
Depends on the school you go to.
Yeah. That's way more useful than an English degree.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option. Sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
All right, I'm digging this guy.
And here we are with the epoxy.
Oh, you just bought anything for an epoxy bucket?
Start mixing
You
my
gonna
next
need
batch. Yeah. Need about half a tube
Okay.
in total.
Bloody FX Makeup says English teachers would disagree.
The very few of them. I don't know a whole lot of them that actually would disagree.
Listen, I will absolutely teach you English, but I don't know that you'll enjoy it. You want to talk about Victorian literature? Yeah.
Rue, grab a solo cup.
Yeah, that's a little couple shorts. You're like, you're being indecisive. Put it.
Yeah, you're wandering in circles.
Ah.
Getting that
Go.
sweet, sweet epoxy.
Totally the same stuff.
It's both AB.
Absolutely. Definitely. This could never go wrong.
It'll be a small fire. If it's a fire. You feel mixed?
Bloody FX Makeup says, I'm the absolute worst at writing and I need to write a treatment for my haunt and I'm so lost. Message me!
Yes, Stacey would love to help you with that.
I would be thrilled to help you with that.
Stacy
Post in,
lives for that stuff.
post in the Discord, I'm still be Stacy. Holler at me. I will hook you up.
If you need a reference.
Yeah.
Celeste Kitty asks, will he be getting hair?
No.
Body Geek says, I prefer Texas grammar over English.
That's about right, y'all.
Yeah, I make words good, generally.
I guess if I would have thought about the way you were doing this, I would have just mixed up a whole lot more to begin with.
Yeah.
Be that you're just saying
I was thinking eyeballs and
tongue, maybe.
yeah,
I'm only gonna use this on the gooey parts, Rue.
which is everything.
Yeah, 3/4. So when I sculpted this, I actually sculpted just a normal full face, and then I cut it and split it open, and then added all the interior stuff.
Anthony Pantano says, sorry I'm quiet, just enjoying the live stream.
I was actually about to yell at you because you're so quiet.
Yeah.
There's two other people who are talking too. Actually, there's way more than that.
Body Geek says, like the different versions of the proper usage of y'all. True facts.
I had one teacher who, when someone was bad in her class, she would make them go to the dictionary and copy the definition of the word run,
There's a lot of it.
which is a ridiculously long definition.
Andrew Zach says, other than buying the material to make it, do you know how to make a stretch wall? Like the wall is morphing to something coming out of it.
Yeah, it's spandex with latex sprayed over it.
Felicia F says, Tony the Tooth.
So this
Hey-o.
is the mask.
What? I didn't do it.
Dogs.
Oh.
They sacked out your.
Anthony Anthony Pantano says, I can be loud, but you can't hear me in chat. Bloody FX makeup. All right, cool. I'll check it out. I got about an hour drive home and maybe tomorrow. So. Robert Bryan says, juicy.
They're going to back up a little bit now that I can see it.
Oh, that drip on the end of the tongue.
So, Body Geeks, this is your baby. Rot chair.
It's your boy.
All right, gang. So that is our show for the day. Why don't you go to phone cam, Stacy?
You're phoned.
Okay. Hey, wife. Say goodnight.
Jeanette Burton says, I love it. Mimi says, mask looks awesome. Police Chef says, ooh, cool. Wet blood and brains. Police Chef says, is that an earworm? No, it's an ear tentacle.
Yeah, earworm. Stacy, say goodnight.
Good night.
Everybody. Once again, I'm grabbing you by your video throat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We got 2 masks fully painted and done-o. Tomorrow I'm not going to be live, so I got to make a YouTube Wednesday. Go make stuff.